And we're back! And today we are doing part 1 of Happy BOO-AWEEN, a crafty collab hosted by Lady Jammers. And today we are sharing some spooky Halloween recipes. So we thought it'd be super fun to do our Frightful Fiesta Raddish Kids box. Do you want to show them the patch you get? Look at that, it's so cute. It's a little Halloween piñata. So we're gonna do 2 spooky fun recipes today. We are gonna make mummy enchiladas and haunted tres leches cake. Let's get cooking. I gotta know, when can we do this again? All right, Wally, are we ready to start cooking?
No.
Why not?
Because I not on my apron.
You don't have your apron on?
Wait. Ta-da!
There you go, now you're ready.
Yeah, let's just ta-da!
All right, so the first recipe we're gonna make is these spooky mummy enchiladas. These look so fun. So it's gonna be a little bit modified because of some of our dietary restrictions and also because of some of our preferences. But we have this delicious goat's milk pepper jack cheese. I'm super excited about that. We have all the ingredients here to make our enchilada sauce, including a fresh zucchini from our garden. So let's put this all together and make some enchiladas. Okay, Wally, you got everything in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have in here, we're making our enchilada sauce. We have 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, 2.5 cups of vegetable broth, and we are actually using some mushroom broth tonight. A tablespoon of tomato paste, a tablespoon of starch, we used arrowroot starch, and 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. And you're my little chef, huh, buddy?
Hey, we don't know how we did it tonight.
Yes, we are. Okay, you ready? Mix it up real nice. That's gonna be our sauce base. So normally you would also add in 2 tablespoons of chili powder in here, but I am not a big chili powder fan, so we are going to do it sans chili powder. All right, we've got our oven preheated to 375, and we're gonna put 1 cup of our enchilada sauce into our 9x13 baking dish. Ooh, that is exactly 1 cup. Okay, pour it in there. Ooh boy, okay, so there's our base. That looks really good. Now, we're gonna cut up all of our veggies. All right, well, I'm gonna dice up our veggies. We need 1 small onion, 1 red bell pepper, and 1 zucchini. So I'm gonna get these all chopped up and we're gonna saute them up. All right, well, these have been sauteing for about 10 to 12 minutes. They're looking nice and cooked. So we are gonna add in 1 can of beans. So the recipe calls for black beans, but we're doing a tri-bean blend. And 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder. We're not gonna add the chili powder in this just because I have a chili powder sensitivity. So let's get it all seasoned up. All right, well, our veggie mix looks amazing. And now we're going to assemble our enchiladas. So I actually have these awesome, they're cassava flour, Siete brand, because Mark has a corn allergy and I have a gluten allergy. So these work awesome for us. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna put in some of our veggies, and we're gonna add in some of our pepper jack, which again, is this amazing goat's cheese from Leclerc Family Creamery. So good because Mark has a cow's dairy allergy. So excited that we actually found real pepper jack from goat's cheese. So let's get these all put together. All right, well there's all my enchiladas assembled in the pan. I poured the rest of my enchilada sauce on there. For the most part they stayed together, but it is really hard to work with non-flour tortillas, but these ones held together pretty well. So now you would add some string cheese across here to make them look like mummies and some black olives, but because I still have some shredded cheese left, I'm gonna use that. And I'm gonna use black beans for our eyes because no one else in my family likes black olives besides me. So we're gonna use some extra black beans to make the eyes. All right, well there's my spooky mummies. So I'm gonna stick these into the oven for 20 minutes and let them bake up, 20 to 25 minutes. Let them all bake up and melt up, and then we will have yummy mummy enchiladas for dinner. All right, well I've got my little helper back. Our enchiladas are cooking in the oven, and while they're baking up, we're gonna make haunted tres leches cake. Ooh, this sounds so good.
Hey,
it's a
Mommy.
traditional Mexican cake, and we're gonna top it with whipped cream ghosts. All right, so here's our instructions, and I have a couple modifications for this as well because we have a dairy allergy. We are gonna use this sweetened condensed coconut milk and evaporated coconut milk instead of traditional dairy. Yeah, you can definitely try some. All right, so we've got everything all mixed up. So we've got our dry ingredients here in this bowl, which is 1 1/3 cups of flour, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. And then over in our mixer, we've got our ingredients that we're gonna cream together, which is 1 stick of butter, a teaspoon of vanilla, 3/4 cup of sugar, and then we will also add in our 2 eggs. So let's get everything mixed up. Got the eggs in and all right, so we're gonna add in half of our flour mixture here and 1/2 cup of milk, and this is some yummy oat milk. All right, there's our batter. So now we're gonna pour it into our 8 by 8 inch pan and stick it in a 350-degree oven for about 28 minutes. All right, well that cooks. We're gonna make up the cream sauce that we're gonna pour over our cake once it's done. So I've already added in 1/2 cup of my evaporated milk, and like I said, we're using this coconut milk. And then I'm adding in 1/2 cup of this sweetened condensed coconut milk. And it's kind of interesting. You can see it's like very thick. So not really sure what to expect from this, but we're gonna add this in here. And then we're also going to add in 3/4 cup of our oat milk. And we're gonna mix this all up. Well, Wally is a big fan of the evaporated coconut milk. You like that? That's pretty tasty, huh? So there's our mixture. It's all ready for when our cake comes out of the oven. We're gonna do it kind of poke cake style. We're gonna poke it and pour that over and then refrigerate it for another 3 hours. All right, my enchiladas are out of the oven. They look spooky and fun, and our tres leche cake is looking pretty good. And Daddy made us some spooky cocktails to go with dinner.
Sure did. It's our traditional margarita recipe. You've seen me make it many times before, but added a little bit of creme de quesos. I think that's how you say it. Put it in the comments if that's wrong, but it's basically a blueberry liqueur. So that should have added a little purple color to it. Might have failed by adding a little bit of blue carousel, so
it's a little more,
it's a little dingy
brown,
it's a dingy margarita,
but it's really yummy.
Yeah.
And we've got our Sin Tiki mugs. All right,
Ready.
cheers!
Yo, cheers! Cheers!
That was really good.
That was
All right, it's
really
time to
good.
eat. I'm starving. All right, so here's our delicious cake. It looks amazing. It smells so good. It's been cooling for about 10 to 20 minutes. Does it smell good? Okay, and Wally, we're gonna poke some holes in it. Poke it all the way down. I'm gonna poke all these holes in it with our fork. Okay, now, Wally, we're gonna pour our cream mixture over top. And now, this has to refrigerate for at least 3 hours. So we're gonna let it refrigerate overnight. I think we're gonna have tres leches cake for breakfast. All right, well it's the next day and our tres leche cake has been in the fridge all night and it looks amazing. So now we're gonna turn this into some spooky tres leche cake.
Oh, is that yummy?
Buddy? All right, well, we kind of cheated and we actually used the So Delicious Cocoa Whip. So you're supposed to make your own whipped cream, but with being dairy-free, it's just complicated. And I thought, you know what? We're just gonna get some of this Cool Whip. So put the little Cool Whip on the top and then some little chocolate chip eyes. And we have a Haunted Tres Leches cake. Isn't that so cute? I'm excited to try this.
What do you do?
Hey, Wally, let's see. What do you think? Take your first bite. First bite. What do you think? Is it yummy? So good, huh? All right, well, this was so much fun to do. It was the perfect opportunity to bust out our most recent Raddish Kids box for the Frightful Fiesta, and our enchiladas and our tres leche cake were amazing. So if you guys try these recipes, let us know down in the comments down below, and make sure you check out everybody else's videos linked in this collab down in the description below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And make sure you're subscribed for lots more spooky fun coming your way. Tomorrow we will have part 2 of this awesome Happy BOO-AWEEN crafty collab. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is the wonderful world of Walter. We love you just the way you are. Bye!
Boo!